I'm on a mission to read all the Agatha Christie books and review them on this channel. In today's video, I am reviewing Black Coffee by Agatha Christie. Black Coffee by Charles Osborne. Black Coffee was Agatha Christie's first play, and Charles Osborne novelized it while mimicking Agatha's style of writing. In today's spoiler-free book review, find out whether this book is worth reading or not. And also do not forget to check out my other Agatha Christie books review that are linked down below in the description and up in the I button. So let's begin with the story. This book is a murder mystery, just like all the Agatha Christie books that I have read till date and most of her books. And in this book, what happens is that a precious formula of a scientist, Sir Claude Emery, is stolen. He informs about this to the Belgian detective Hercule Poirot and invites him to investigate this issue. Meanwhile, he locks everybody he suspects in one room and gives them one last chance to save face, to return the formula in the dark of the room. What happens instead is a murder. Who is the murderer? Who stole the formula? Are these the same people? And how is Poirot going to find it out? That's what this book is about. Discussing the plot of the book, the plot is just too predictable. I have read 10 plus Agatha Christie books till date and I haven't found them predictable ever. I mean, you obviously have a lot of suspects in your mind as a reader, but to know who is the murderer from very early on and to have it given to you quite obviously, that just marred my experience with this book. The plot of the book also happens in this one room, which makes sense because this is a play and it wouldn't have been possible to make a change of set so many times, right? And I actually find these kind of murder mysteries quite interesting. Agatha has written more murder mysteries like these. For example, The Murder on the Orient Express, in which the whole mystery happens inside a train. I loved that book. And then there is also And Then There Were None, in which the mystery happens in this isolated island and isolated house. I did not like that book. Hashtag unpopular opinion. Anyway, coming back to the predictability of the plot, because I have to talk more about it. You know, all the scenes and acts in the book are just, quite obviously placed to catch your attention. You obviously know that, the author is trying to make you feel like this is the suspect, this could be a murderer, and it is so obvious that it gives it all away. It was just not done right. Coming to the characters. Now, the book has a small cast. There is Sir Emery, the scientist. There is his son and his Italian wife. There is his sister and niece. There is his assistant and an unexpected visitor. One of these people is actually the murderer in the story. I like Agatha Christie's characters a lot. They are actually quite interesting and sometimes their storylines are even more interesting. In this book particularly, I like the role of the Italian wife who plays the role of the nervous outsider very well, and I also like the niece who is like a rebel and adds a very nice old English flavor to the book. Then there are Poirot and Hastings. Now, I have been trying to read these books mostly in a chronological manner, and I actually miss Hastings whenever he's not there in a Poirot book. And this book, I would say, in this book, he just felt not needed. He did not add anything to the story, or he did not have his usual character in the story that I love about Hastings. So it was just disappointing to see Hastings be in this book. It could have totally been a whole book without his presence, so he was just not needed. Coming to Poirot. Now, as I have been reading these in chronological order, each Poirot book actually gives me something about the detective as well, which I really like. I actually hate the way he keeps the clues to himself in his little grey cells. And I have a bonding with Poirot's character. But in this book, he does play the role of a detective well, but there's nothing extra he brings to the story. Usually Poirot, makes it very interesting in the way he investigates the story, or the clues he leaves behind, or the tricks he plays on Hastings. Nothing of that sort was there in this book. It was just disappointing that way. Writing style. So the writing style is quite easy. Charles Osborne has actually really nicely mimicked Agatha Christie's writing style, and what you will see and feel is that he has actually taken the flavor of Agatha Christie's writing from a lot of her books, and the way he analyzes the character or sets the scene. The familiarity of an Agatha Christie book is there, but I felt like it was slightly overdone. From the writing style, I did like what the niece's character actually added to the story, her conversations, her chats. It actually made the book better, but overall I would say this book is quite predictable, which as a mystery novel that relies heavily on the plot and who committed the murder is not a good book. So I actually enjoyed it. It's a fast-paced one and it is entertaining but too predictable, so I would not recommend this book to you. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And yes, that is it for review of this book, Black Coffee by Agatha Christie. would not recommend it to you. There are a lot of Agatha Christie books that I would recommend to you, which are linked down below in the description. So do check it out, and I hope you enjoyed watching this review video. Reviews are not that popular on Booktube if you do not know, but the fact that you're watching this until now, that makes you awesome. And give it a thumbs up and tell me that you watched the video till the end. And thank you so much for watching. This is Manpreet signing off. I'll be back with another review video very soon.